Okay, so we have an issue of old laws. We have an issue of like the judicial, like the politicization of the judiciary and the lack of independence. What else?
We have very little resources for the criminal justice system. So if you look at the state budget, the Ministry of Justice has 0.38% of that budget, and that's a very low proportion compared to other countries. We also have a big shortage of judges. We estimate it to be around 35%. And if you think about how much money we're paying into the Special Tribunal for Lebanon on a yearly basis, where it's an average of $30 million, if I'm not mistaken, that's a lot of money, and we don't have one computer in the whole court system. We have absolutely no computer, no digitalization, and that means everything is on paperwork, everything is on a piece of paper, everything takes much more time, and we don't have data, we don't have statistics. That's the state of our justice system. And if you think about why we did the special tribunal for Lebanon, it's because we didn't trust our judiciary to be able to try such an important case such as the assassination of former Prime Minister Hariri. But we haven't done anything in the last 15 years to improve our judiciary. Nothing to guarantee more independence so that they can judge such important cases, and nothing to give it the means to be an efficient system.
And that lack of digitization, it also has effects on transparency, right? Because it's harder to be transparent with physical documents than it is if everything is digitized, then that can be leaked very easily, or that can be, hosted on some website very easily, right?
Definitely. I mean, the lack of digitalization in this age makes everything more difficult and definitely less transparent. Most importantly, I think, is the lack of statistics as well. Now, there is a project with the EU now to introduce computers into some of the courts. We don't know to what extent this will be a sustainable project, but this is really a must to introduce computers and digitalization into the justice system.
I'm really speechless. I mean, I'm so shocked. I knew that we're in a shitty situation in our public administration, but this is really bad. Like, I didn't imagine it to be that bad. I mean, they could just invest maybe, I don't know, $1 billion over the next 10 years and they would fix all of this.
Definitely. And I think it's you need a justice system that functions correctly for the regular citizen. I mean, what is the social or legal value or economic value of investing so much money into the trial of 3 people who murdered a small number of people compared to all the cases that are being tried in all over Lebanon?
The Lebanese Politics Podcast is brought to you by myself, Nizar Hassan, Benjamin Red, produced behind the scenes by Susan Wilson, and the music is by Omar El Fil.